Welcome to a look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 on console with me, MrSealyp. It's Wednesday the 29th of April and we have new mods. We have got some updates. We've got an update to the Safa MES 400 by Lucas, silage leveler. We've got an update to the old PGR cows barn by Camelos 0397. We've got an update to, and this personally I think is an important one, the MF Shed Pack by Alien Jim. Has one of the best silos I personally believe for what I use. It now says silos can now store multi-fruit including loose straw and hay pellets. So it will now take straw and hay pellets, which is fantastic. It didn't up until now. 500,000 litre capacity and the silo costs 59 grand, so that's why I think that's a particularly good one. So the massive Ferguson every time. So the Mercury Farms Shed Pack has had an update. Now we do have another one that says update. We're going to have a look at in a moment, but the update is that it's come to console. That is the update. So we're going to have a look at the moment. That's the cattle pasture by Farmer 1602. We'll have a look at that in a moment. But new mods in front of us. We have got the John Deere 622X by Melody 98. This is a John Deere header. It's 6.7 metres, I think it is. We do have a few, I mean, we've got loads of different headers available in all different shapes and sizes and variations. This is the 622. This you will find under headers. We've got, like I say, different companies, different shapes, different sizes. This is added into the mix, and it is, I'll find it, there we go, the 622X 40,500, 6.7 metre. This will use 9 slots. There are no options available. You get the header and that's it. So if you're looking for a 6.7 metre John Deere header, that's probably the one for you. Moving on, we have got this. If case is your thing, you've been particularly looking for a case baler. This is the case IHRB465 by JW Games. This is a round baler, does 4,000 litre bales. The reason I put this here next to it is, in essence, this is a reskin. I mean, it's a reskin of this one, and there have been 2 or 3 different reskins of this. I think there might be a modded one where you can actually put different skins on within the mod itself. So there we go, the RB465 case round baler by JW Games. This will use, where is it on my list, 5 slots. One advantage to this one over that one is it's a little bit cheaper. If we go into baling technology, the New Holland version, the Rollbelt 150, is 49 grand. This one is 46 grand. Requires 70 horsepower to run. Options available, we can have standard or wide, the same as the kind of in-game standard version. But there you go, that's the RB465, the case IH round baler. Moving on, yes, out onto the field. So what we have in front of us is the cattle pasture by Farmer 1602. This does say update in the Modhub, but like I say, the update to this is update to console. I do like these pastures. Now, it's designed specifically to be used with seasons on, because with seasons on, the grass inside the pasture will grow and the animals will eat the grass from it, so it will refill the troughs from the grass in here. That's the kind of point of the pasture. It does say in the Modhub, pasture your cattle in the middle of nature with this animal grazing land. If you use seasons mod, the cattle can graze in the wild from spring to late autumn. Once winter's arriving, you can move the cattle to a barn with a stall cattle shed. Now, you can use this without seasons on. As you can see, top right hand corner, I'm not running seasons on this at the moment, because what they have also done, they've put a water trough. There is a feed trough in the middle, so you can feed them out here, and this can be placed anywhere in a field or wherever you want to put it. It's a fairly large size, takes up quite a big footprint. It's only 2 slots, which is, I thought, was pretty amazing, and this will hold 100 animals. You have also got here, if we open the gate, we do have a trigger to buy, sell, load or unload as well. So it's not like you can only bring animals here in a trailer to put into it, but you can do that if you want to do that on your Let's Play, your storyline, whatever you're doing. Put one of these somewhere else on the map and then take your cows out there to graze, you know, like say during the summer, and then bring them back, or however you want to go about doing it. I think that's rather cool. I like that a lot. Downside, and you need to be aware of this, because this is designed to be a grazing pasture and it is kind of designed to be used with seasons. You can put your beef cattle in here, which again this won't cause a problem, but if you do put anything in here, they will not produce manure, slurry or milk. So if you do decide, oh, I want a pasture, I'm going to put them out in the pasture, the whole time they're in here they're not producing manure, slurry or milk, because it is supposed to be just a grazing pasture. So whilst you can put water in, you can feed them, that's fine, you can keep them alive, but they're not going to produce anything for you. But there you go, that's the pasture. You'll find this under placeables, under animal pens, 50,000 to buy, which isn't too bad at all. It does say at the bottom there, pattern for meat breed cattle. It is designed really for meat cattle, beef cattle on seasons, but you can use it, and it will take 100. I say 2 slots, not bad at all. So there you go. That is the cattle pasture by Farmer 1602. Moving on, we have got this. This is the Red Brick Garage by Michal LS. This is a big old building, and there's no denying it's red brick. Nicely detailed as well. I like that. 2 big doors. Again, when you're looking for a big shelter, if you want to put harvesters and big machinery, and you might even want to put cranes like the excavators and mill loaders and things like that, you want big doors, big openings to get them in, and this doesn't disappoint. So you've got a big one in through the sides here, and we've got another one over here. We do have lights on the inside. I do love this kind of, it's not corrugated as such, but it's that ridged kind of metal you get. Light switch on the inside just here. The lights are fairly dim, I'll be honest. It's not particularly bright when the lights are on, but they are on. Plenty of space. You can put crops in here if you want to, and anything you like. It's a space for using however you want to. Yeah, this you'll find in placeables under sheds. Red Brick Garage, 40 grand to buy, and it will use 9 slots if you're on console. So there you go. I mean, there's not a lot else to it really. Just find a space, place it, and away you go. That's the Red Brick Garage. Moving on, we're going to whiz past these, and we'll go over to look at this one. We have got the ORPE 250. This is a low loader as such. Yeah, it's a low loader at the end of the day. We had recently, this is by 76 Max, we had the ORPE 180, which was a 2-axle. This is a triaxle loader. We've had the double one. This is the triple. This is the 250. I think the features are all pretty much the same as that one, but you may not have seen that mod review. But nice tidy mod. It does have straps on the deck as well, so if you want to use it for other things, if you want to use it for pallets and bales and that kind of stuff, you absolutely can. We'll just hook this up to it. Like so. Now, if I open the help window, you'll see at the moment I can't raise or lower those ramps. It does say unfold low loader, but there's no option to raise or lower the ramps. If I unfold it, it puts the legs out the bottom, moves those out the way, and then we get the control there. Now that says S1 at the moment there, because I've got my side panel plugged into my PlayStation. Now a lot of people normally ask and say, why have you got numbers and stuff like that? I've got my side panel plugged into my PlayStation 4, so if I press L1 now, I get my PlayStation control options back up again. So with right stick to the left, it will put the ramps down. Right stick to the right, brings it back up again. And then we fold loader like so. We do have beacons on the back, double. All indicators. There we go. Beacons off. Turn that off. There you have it. Very nice indeed. You'll find this under Tools, under Low Loaders. The ORP E250, 29 grand, which isn't too bad at all. And it will use, where's my list? 5 slots. Pretty low on the slot count. No options available, no colour options. The ORP stuff is all, I think, all yellow, or predominantly yellow. There might be red as well, but anyway. There you go, that's by 76 Max. Moving on. I say to the last of the mods, we've got a couple here. Recently, in the last few mod reviews, over the last few days, we've had a load of slurry stuff released by Holger Sengstock. Holger Sengstock did the manure system, slurry trading system, a few other bits and bobs like that. What I like about this stuff, I did have a few problems the other day. I couldn't get the cover to open on the buy point for slurry that kind of comes with this pack. But I think on PC they've got the manure system at the moment with all various different pipes and things like that. And I think Holger Sengstock's trying to give us on console a kind of semblance of that, in that we've got different options on some of this equipment. You can have the easy option, which is kind of the standard. You put up next to something, press L3, it will load, overload, fill, whatever, however you want to look at it. If you go for the Profi option, you have to operate the pipes on these bits of machinery to get them to work. Now, you might have seen when I did the mod review the other day, we had the Samsung slurry pack, and there was an update to the slurry trading system to accommodate that. So what we've got in front of us here is part of the Holmer slurry pack. So we've got the Holmer Terra variant, which is standard, but the Zunhammer on the top is part of the pack, as is this on the back. We'll have a look at what's available, because there are a few in here. And this is the Profi version. The Profi version meaning that if I want to fill this up, I need to move the pipe into something. I can overload out of it without doing that, but if I want to fill it up, I need to use the pipe. Those over there are the next mod, which are also by Holger Sengstock, and that's the Cotty slurry pack. So we've got the filled container, and then we've got a tanker, and those connectors there, we'll have a look at those in a second, will require you to put the nozzle in to fill up from. Which I think is brilliant. It's nice, it gives you a little bit more immersion if you want to go for that real fill or semblance of real fill to it. But if you don't, you can go for the easy version. So what we'll do, we'll have a look in store. This is under slurry tanks, and we've got the FRC filled tank, we've got the Garant TSA 30,000 there already. Those are from the Cotty pack. We'll have a look at those in a minute. But under the Holmer pack stuff, we've got these here. So you've got the slurry tank TV585, which goes on the Holmer Terra variant, the 585. We've got the Vibro Grubber, we've got the Glide Fix, and there's also the Catros under cultivators. But in this pack here, we've now got those kind of added in. So we've got the TV585 Easy, we've got that also as a Profi. We've then got the Amazon Catros 6002, which also goes with this kit. I'll explain why this goes with this as well, because that's designed to click onto the back of these. The Glide Fix is in here, the Vibro's in here, and the Zuni disc is in here. All part of that Holmer slurry pack. The reason behind that being, none of these say Profi. These are in here because these machines will now operate and slurry, or digestate, whichever you want to go for, at 20 kilometers per hour, which is much faster than the standard ones. So that's why these are additional. You don't have to, you can use the standard ones if you want to. The standard ones will operate at a slower speed. That says 10 miles per hour. I think these go up to 12 or more. So it's a little bit faster. It makes a difference. You know, when you look at it percentage wise, it makes a big difference. So what we'll do is just jump in this, turn it on. So I've got the 585 with the tank on the back. If I disconnect that, that's the Zunhammer Zuni disc I've got on there, which is part of this pack as well, the Holmer slurry pack. If I hire a worker now, so we're up to 12 miles an hour. It's only 2 miles an hour faster. It doesn't seem like a lot, but that makes a difference. I mean, it seems to be absolutely belting along. Now, we're almost out of slurry, so what we'll do is now the perfect opportunity. So that's part of that pack. We've got that back on there. And we've got this here. Now as part of this, I'll open up the help window, that one there. I've got two options there. Again, I've got my side panel options. So what I can do with my side panel, it's designed for front loaded for joysticks. I can use my joystick on my side panel for operating this if I want to, which makes life a little bit easier, which I kind of like. That's nice. Put that back in. Or if I do L1, I can do it just with my normal controller. So with my right stick, I can move that pipe out, and with the Profi version you have to use this pipe. You can't do it any other way. That's the whole point of it. So what I'm going to do is use this in conjunction with the next mod we're going to look at. So for all intents and purposes, that's kind of this looked at, but we're going to look at these in conjunction with the other mod because it all kind of ties in together. So bear with me 1 second. What we're going to do is jump out and have a look at these. So we kind of looked in the Modhub a second ago. So we've got the tanker, we've got the FRC field container. These come under the Cotty pack that Holger Sengstock has released today. Again, in the Modhub, under slurry tanks, you've got the standard version there, like we've already seen, but if we go a bit further across, keep going, we've got the modded, where are we? There we go, here. Got the FRC Easy and the Profi. The Easy will fill up just the same as the original one did. Come up to it, press L3, or do your overload with R1 and triangle. The Profi requires you to use the pipe. The same with the tanker, you've got the Easy version or the Profi. The Profi will require you to use the pipe. There are a few more options on these than we've had before. We can change the colours to, you know, whatever you want them to be. Rim colour as well. We can change for the axle or for the wheels. And then we've got wheel setup, wide or standard. I do like the wide on that. It's got a nice kind of low profile look to it. And the same with the tanker. We can do the same with that. Rim colour we can change like so. Main colour, we can go to any one of these like that if you wanted to go for that. But then we can also change the design, so we can have colour or white. Colour kind of fits that quite nicely. Design, standard or with beacons. We can have twin beacons on the back, which has been added in. And then we've got wheel setup, standard or wide. That has got a nice look. I do like that. Those are your options. So if you go for the Profi versions, which I have for both of these, I've got a little bit of slurry in that, a little bit of that. So what we need to do is jump back in here. Start her up. And it might require a little bit of fiddling when you first get going, but once you've got the pipe out, like so, we kind of get over there as best we can, like that, and drop it down into there. Come on. That in properly. Possibly not. Okay, that's weird. That worked a minute ago. Let's try it on the tanker. Please don't be another mod review that goes horribly wrong. Right, there we go. So I'll get that pipe right in there, like that, and do that. It now says L3 refill slurry tank. What I do love about this mod as well, there's a little pipe. Let's just do that. While that's refilling, see that going down? So that's now filling from there through the pipe into our Zunhammer. Fantastic, but we're not quite full. So this is weird, I'm not quite sure, because it worked a little while ago. Maybe I just didn't have the thing in far enough. There we go, refill slurry tanker. So press L3. We are now taking from there, again, from the pipe out the back there. So the pipe has to be attached for this to work. It's a nice feature, I like it. Now, if we put the pipe away, the only downside is to empty this out, you can't do it via the pipe. What it probably needs is another pipe out the bottom to attach, because this one here, the field container, does have these connector pipes down the bottom, and so does the tanker, but I didn't get anything come up. However, when you come up next to it, you can overload. So whilst the top pipe works, there isn't a bottom one. If I want to put this back in, just do R1 and triangle, and it will return that back in like so. I think it will do it with the other one as well. There we go. And look at the pipe. There we go, you can see that filling up. So yeah, whilst it's got the one for filling up this particular tank from them, putting it back in again requires you to do it kind of the old-fashioned way. And that's it. That's the Holmer slurry pack and the Cotter slurry pack. Cotter, sorry. From Holger Sengstock. It just kind of gives you a little bit more kind of real feel to it, I guess. You know, I know people will argue it's not real, it's not realistic. You know, some semblance of. It's certainly a step closer to it being realistic than not, you know. And then obviously with the increased speed, pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. Anyway, there you go. That's it, I think, for the mods for today. I hope you found it useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.